Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final of the day here at the University of Birmingham, the British Junior Open, and this is the boys under-19 final between Egypt and England. Mostafa Asal, the #1 seed, and Nick Wall, the #3 seed. Well, I'm Simon Park, and joining me for this final game of the whole tournament is Paul Hornsby.
Afternoon, Simon.
Afternoon, Paul.
Well, Mostafa Asal's not been tested all week, has he? Can the local hero, Nick Wall, do anything to get under his skin? What do you think?
I think he can get under his skin. It's going to be difficult to see a win for Nick Wall, but he's going to go out there and give it his best. Put in the best performance, nothing to lose whatsoever.
Nick Wall of England to serve. Mostafa Asal of Egypt to receive. Best of 5 games. Love all.
I see a little bit of Nick Wall from time to time. Obviously, being a fellow Yorkshireman, he plays for Hallamshire in the Yorkshire League. Seen his improvement, particularly recently. I've been very impressed with him.
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience on the junior scene. He's been to numerous world championships. He'll have played this event every year, obviously. It would have been in his home club up until last year. And obviously he's got a great team around him. Nick Matthew, Neil Gyrey. His dad was a very solid player as well. And obviously the England squash crew as well.
Feisty. Yeah, I was talking to Neil earlier. I think he gets on with Neil onto the court most regularly.
Down. 2 love.
Nick Matthew is pretty much seen as a mentor, really, for Nick Wall. He's not his sort of day-to-day coach, but he does get on court with him from time to time. Of course, he has been, well, he is here, Nick Matthew, watching and supporting.
Yeah, it's not a bad mentor, really, is it?
Not at all.
Unbelievable career.
Well, he's just experienced everything, hasn't he? The game has to offer.
Yeah, and the way Nick's career unfolded, it's, you know, it's the mental toughness and dedication and professionalism on a different level.
Love.
This tournament, and that is just this event, the Boys Under-19 Open, is also known as the Drysdale Cup, which has its roots a long way back.
Massively prestigious title.
It used to be held at the RAC Club back in the day, and we have a few members from there as VIP guests here, one of them being Stuart Courtney, who's I believe a previous winner of this.
Is there any other previous winners of this in the house, Parky?
Not sure.
You're very modest.
Has to be a stroke. Not a difficult decision, that one.
Yeah, straight through the middle of the court.
5 love.
Which venue was it at when you won it, Parky?
At Lambs, it became a bit of a tradition, really, for quite a long time at Lambs Club in London. For those of the people that don't know, there might be quite a few that don't because it's not there anymore. But people of a certain age will remember it fondly. fantastic club in the heart of London with, I think, at least 10 courts. Good power play from Asal.
5-love.
It's the best possible start for Asal.
Just pulled that one though. White came straight back out into the middle of the court.
Too close to you. 1-5.
There can't be much argument with that either.
Surely not. Oh.
And now
Just takes that in so quickly and so aggressively.
6-1.
Impossible to see that.
That was a wicked boast, but Asal did. I don't know how he retrieved that one.
Down.
It's good battling and persistence from the wall.
2-6. No let. 3-6.
Yeah, that's a lovely drop there from Nick Walt. Got that little bit of side spin, making sure it didn't come away from the sidewall.
Like that work on the left side from Nick Wall.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, that's a great length though.
As soon as there's the opportunity though for a bit of space, to take his space there, Asal
Yeah, just
7-3.
just cracks it.
whips his racket through the ball so quickly. Something that stands out for me with Mostafa Asal, if he's not volleying, he'll take it as soon after the first bounce as he can.
True. He's very good at
Look at that.
finding an opportunity, isn't he, out of nowhere.
Well, it just takes any time away from his opponent. Look at that. Look at that.
It's a bit Shabaghi-like at times, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
hitting.
Yeah. But that's the other thing he does so well. He rolls it off the sidewall
Yes, let.
from exactly the same position.
7-3.
It well came off the worse for wear in that collision.
No let.
Yeah, he was quite solid there, though, wasn't he, in his drop shot?
Yeah.
With the contact from Asal.
4-7.
I really like his technique when he's at full reach in that front forehand corner for Nick Walt. He's got to play that, surely.
Yes, let.
I thought that could have been a no-let, Parky.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit speculative,
Need you to play the ball in future, please.
although Wall
4-7.
was moving back into the shot. So you could argue safety.
Well, he's not read that one.
Out. 8-4.
Well, it was half Nick Wall trying to anticipate, wasn't it? And the deception of Asal. It's not the kind of shot I'd be going for at 8-4 down.
9-4.
Paul.
Well, Mostafa Asal's in front of him when he's playing that. So unless it rolls out the nick, it was going to backfire on him.
I should reword that. It's the kind of shot I would be going for now at my age, but with if I had Nick Wall's fitness.
Oh, look at that! And that was
That'll do.
it was a great shot by Nick Wall. It was the only option left for Mostafa Asal, and he just happened to play it to perfection.
Do drop in. So 6 game balls for the number 1 seed here in this first game. Nick Wall has played pretty well, to be fair, in this first game.
He's not done too much wrong, has he?
No, not at all.
Oh, look at that.
That's wonderful.
Showed the cross-court nick and
He
then
did.
just opened the racket face and
11-4.
sent it deep instead. Brilliant shot.
Asal leads by 1 game of love.
Well, that's a shot that I remember Rod Martin, the former Australian world champion, doing. Very talented player. And that was done with aplomb. So the first game, 11-4 to Mostafa Asal, the number 1 seed. In 11 minutes, he leads by 1 game to love.
Well, it was probably the start we expected from the number 1 seed. Came out to a quick 5-1 lead. Nick Wall did manage to lengthen some rallies and keep the ball away from the middle of the court, which is where Mostafa Asal is so dangerous. But on the balance of things, it was the power and precision and intensity of the Egyptian that was too much for Nick Wall in that first game, and he's looking pretty comfortable out there.
Fifteen seconds. Asal leads by 1 game of love. Love all. Love all. Yes, left.
So, Paul, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here. When both of these young men are 50 years old and looking back on their illustrious, we presume, careers, what is the number, what is the highest ranking for each player?
Why did you choose the number 50? Do you think just
Well,
so they're
just
safely
to prove,
retired
just
by
to
then?
prove that there's no chance of a comeback.
Ah, okay.
And out. 1
And it's older
love.
than me.
Well, Mostafa Asal, based on what he's already achieved as a junior, he's certainly got world number 1 potential, without a shadow of a doubt. Nick Wall, he will get to, and I hope I'm wrong here, I hope I'm wrong and I'll get a phone call for him when I'm 80 saying,
Remembering your
remember
comments.
that comment you made?
No let.
I'm going to say he'll get to number 8 in the world.
And out.
Oh, an actual number, not just top 10. That's great. No.
Oh, well, you
Well,
told-
that was the
I think
question.
you wanted
Yeah,
an
I
actual
know,
number,
but
didn't you?
people don't normally answer my questions correctly. So well done.
So if you are listening to this one day, Nick, I would love a phone call from you to tell me that you've outdone me.
Well, I think well, obviously he's very competitive and he's aiming for world number 1, just like Asal. But There's a lot of players that would take that.
2-1.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's it's a long, long, long way into the future that he'll be closing in on that sort of stuff. But, you know, he's got a good head on his shoulders, good technique, good physically. But there's going to be a lot of other players in the mix, of course.
That's what I was going to just about to say. I mean, to
Sam
call
Todd.
that high, yeah, there's going to be so many players to compete with, and yeah, Sam Todd behind him, but all of those guys that are already doing it, Abu Algar, Deck James, the slightly younger
3-1.
top pros on the World Tour. Dazuki's going to be making a comeback.
Oh, he got his racket on the ball. It was at full stretch.
4-1.
To follow up that question, I agree with you, Paul. I think that's a
5-1.
fair answer on both counts.
So, who did you beat in the final of the British Open?
Well, the first one in the 19 was Stephen Meads,
Yeah.
and then I actually lost in a final to Peter Marshall, and then I beat PJ in my last one at 18.
So obviously PJ got to 4 in the world, did he?
He did.
Pete Marshall got to 2 in the world.
He did.
What did Stephen Meads get to?
I think he got to 10.
Did he?
6-1.
Oh, it's lovely again, that powerful movement into the front and then just a simple nudge onto the front wall.
Stroke to Asal.
Big daylight opening up on the scoreboard again.
7-1.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Well, he does. He can lift it beautifully. He does use the variation. He's got nice touch. You see on the volley there. It's good. Good early play from
And out.
Wall. And I think
2-7.
well, he's certainly not going to beat someone like Asal at full-on power every single shot. Not many people are, to be honest.
No. Seniors included.
So yeah, absolutely. So you have to find different methods to deal with that kind of pace.
Yes, let. 2-7.
He's got quite a nice hold, as Nick Wall. I think he could use that a little bit more. Get there early and hold a bit longer and try and affect the movement of Asal. Try and stop and start him a little bit.
Front court
Oh,
game.
nice. Nice touch. There's a great example of the
Correction.
soft hands from the man from Sheffield.
3-7.
You just tell, can you, as soon as that came off the side wall, this side wall,
8-3.
you just knew that was going in the net.
Well, it just dropped nicely for him, didn't it? It's just the right angle.
You didn't use your favourite saying then, Parky.
Do drop in.
Well, it's been great to see these titles go to a few different nations today. 5 different nations have got their names on trophies. So India have had a win, Malaysia have got 2 wins, Egypt have got 4 wins so far, England have taken 1, and the United States of America have taken 1.
And out.
So
Egypt
Egypt
to the game that.
absolutely. Obviously, Egypt is still going to
4-8.
win that battle, but it's a bit more of a spread, which is fantastic.
Tight work.
That's a clever shot. That's the hold I was talking about. Just affecting the
Go
movement,
left.
making life uncomfortable for Asal.
You took the line to the man and not the line to the ball.
Well, I think that's a let ball.
5-8.
At least a let ball there, Paul.
You've had the explanation. Play on,
Not sure
please.
which way around. Nick Wall was expecting Asal to move there.
It was a poor shot from Nick Wall. Everything else he'd done in the rally was good, but that drop shot was poor.
More service, please. Thank you. Five, 8. Yes, left.
Correct.
5, 8.
Thank you.
Wall hit a wall there, didn't he? An Egyptian wall. There aren't any famous Egyptian walls, are they?
I'm aware of, mate.
Mostafa Asal.
There's only one famous wall, isn't there?
Yeah, he's on here now.
Actually, there's a Berlin Wall as well.
Great Wall of China.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Hadrian's Wall.
Oh, yeah. Showing off now, aren't you? Whoops.
My knowledge of walls. Anyone else have any more walls that they can think of?
Stroke to
Please
wall.
write in.
Answers on a postcard.
You went into his line to the ball. Are you okay to continue, Mr. Wall?
There was certainly a bit of rebound there, wasn't there? Yeah, that's
You okay to continue, Mr. Wall?
that's easily a let. Like a boxing match.
6, 8.
Wall Street. Tell I was taking some time thinking about that.
Yeah, I think you need to get your mind back on the squash.
Do my job. Lift. Great lift.
He's in with a shout here, Nick Wall. He's it's not all plain sailing here for Asal. That's clever though.
You tell when he strikes that ball, it's so low and so quick.
And out.
Look how it just,
9,
there's nothing
6.
there for Nick Wall to get his racket onto.
And he was actually slightly behind Nick Wall, wasn't he, as well? But the ball was slightly loose and well punished.
No left.
And I think that's correct as well. As soon as you get that initial contact, you should realise that the ball's gone deeper.
7,
You've got to go around the
9.
back of the man.
No left.
That was up to Asal to work that one out.
Quickly, please. 7, 9.
Well, he's in with the sniff here, Nick Wall is.
Stroke to Asal. And out. 10, 7. Game ball.
Just got to tighten up a little bit on those volleys, Nick Wall. You don't want to give any sort of 50-50 decision opportunities.
11-7.
Yeah, it's well flattened by Asal.
Asal leads by 2 games to love.
looking supremely confident out there. Nick Wall, though, doing a grand job, playing some really good squash. Just ran out of ideas in the last 2 or 3 rallies. So it's Mostafa Asal who takes the second game, 11-7 in 13 minutes. He leads by 2 games to love.
Well, it's another long game, that second. Although it did start in a similar fashion to how the first had ended, with Mostafa Asal dominating the rallies, ramping the pace up, keeping the ball nice and low, and finding his accuracy. He went 7-1 ahead and looked to be cruising before Nick Wall lengthened the rallies, managed to get a little bit of more time to use his racket skill on the ball. The referee was kept busy towards the end of that game, but it was Mostafa Asal who finished it, not looking particularly happy with himself. So that may just refocus him as they come back out in the third game.
Fifteen seconds. Time. Asal leads by 2 games to love. Glasses on, please. Love all. Play, please. Love all. Up. 1 love. Two love.
Well, Asal is going to want to try and exert his dominance.
Yeah, well, I think he'll want to take the wind out of the sails of Nick Wall. I mean, he got into that second game in a big way, Nick Wall did, especially considering he was 7-1 down. So,
really lashed out at that one,
I
but
think
it was
he
on.
went for it, didn't he?
I think he did put a bit of commitment into that one.
2.
Yeah, he knows he'd put it on his racket.
And out.
He knew that the width was not good enough.
3-1.
Asking for trouble if you put the ball there.
Yeah, you just can't feed these kind of players.
Ah, lovely stuff.
It's very impressive now.
Right box. 4-1. No less. And out. 2-4.
Looked very close. I think it might have been good.
Yeah, I always find it hard to tell.
Didn't
Okay.
you got your glasses on?
Got my glasses on. I'm just sitting on the fence.
Not a wall.
3-4.
Apart from the obvious things, Asal, I like the way he runs it in so tight as well. He gets some fantastic lines on the ball. He very rarely clips the sidewall on the straight kills or straight drives.
Absolutely. Closes down angles for a piece. Do you know what they say in New Zealand when there's scores like this?
No.
I've never heard it said anywhere else in the world. 4 together.
But they wouldn't say it like that, they'd say 4 together.
Go there. 5-4.
Well, Nick Wall's in the lead here for the first time, I think, in this game.
No lead.
Well, you heard Nick Wall influencing the referee, and it worked.
He gave you enough room to play the ball. 6-4. Carry on, please.
Asal was 4-1 up.
Down.
Well, for the first time in the tournament, Mostafa Asal looks a little bit wobbly.
Carry on, please. No, it looks okay. No, carry on, please.
Looking a bit distracted.
Well, you asked me at the top of the match, could Nick Wall get under his skin? And I think he is doing in this third game. Fantastic for the home support if you could sneak this.
Oh yeah, really ignite the crowd.
His racket.
His racket?
Battering.
My racket? Never touch me. My racket?
Yes, left.
No. Oh my gosh.
Well, this is about the honesty of the two players, because
So, no,
we couldn't
play
tell.
that ball, please. Don't even. Play that, please. Expression, carry on.
Well, I'm sure that Nick Wall would not be making this much of a song and dance if there was
Let's
any
have a look.
contact.
Hard to tell there. Just a bit anxious there, Asal,
Yeah,
rushing
I mean,
things.
8-4.
Yeah, I mean, in that rally, he's been really clinical with his use of the sidewall throughout the tournament. Put a high, and there's another high backhand boast in, and then finished by putting a trickle boast into the tin.
It's a lovely boast. Wonderful
Excellent
shot.
stuff. Excellent shot from Nick Wall.
Really nice variation, that.
9-4.
Played to perfection.
Yes, left. 9-4.
Even that drop was a bit heavy.
Yeah, he tried to go for deception and was heavy. It's good hitting from Nick Wall. He's in a good position here.
Oh.
Wonderful finish into the space. That was very slickly done. Impressive stuff.
10-4.
The
Game
young
on.
man from Sheffield.
Wow. He's not lost a point for at least 9 rallies. Can't remember if it was 4-love actually. It's definitely 4-1.
I think it may have been. It's now 6 game balls for Nick Wall. Wonderful
Oh,
shot.
look at that.
Crowd are going mad for this. Absolutely fantastic display for the Yorkshireman.
Asal leads by 2 games to 1.
Really, we were talking about him putting in a good performance. We were wondering whether it's realistic, a chance of him winning, but to put in a great performance, and he has done. He's taken the third game, 11-4 in 9 minutes. Asal leads by 2 games to 1.
Well, what a turnaround that was. Mostafa Asal, after clinching the second game, came on and it looked like it was business as usual as he eased to a 4-1 lead. And then Nick Wall just dug deep. He kept getting that ball back onto the front wall, keeping it away from Mostafa Asal's racket. And as the third game wore on there, the Egyptian player just started to look a little bit tense, a little bit wobbly, lost his accuracy. And in stark contrast, Nick Wall cannot miss. It's game on.
Come on, Nick! "15 seconds. Glasses on, please. Asal leads by 2 games to 1. Wall to serve. Love all.
Yes.
Down.
Nice, and the reaction from Mostafa Asal as he wins that first point in a long
And
time
out.
tells a story, I
One,
think.
love.
He's wanting to really fire up and seize control of this match again, but Nick Wall has made it anything but easy for him. Might just have to weather the storm a little bit here, Nick Wall.
Two, love. No let. Three, love.
Perfect start for Asal in this fourth. He was always going to respond. Fantastic third for Nick Wall. It's very hard to maintain that form there against a world-class player. It's well played by Asal. Oh, ridiculous pickup that was.
Yeah. On his racket again.
Yeah, he's hit a few winners where it's been loose on the cross court from Nick Wall.
Right
It's
box.
too easy. It's in the real sweet hitting area of Asal. It's going to be a stroke.
To Wall.
Loose ball from
out.
Asal.
1-4.
No let.
No let.
Good decision. Looking for a cheap point there. That's a good message. Should know better there, Asal. Look at where Nick Wall is.
Should have played the ball.
Definitely should have played the ball.
He could have been in a
And what
real
it's done is just
advantageous
Yeah.
position.
He's just completely upset his rhythm, irritated himself. And there's another stroke to Nick Wall. He's not thinking clearly here, Mostafa Asal.
3-4.
Down, look down.
Just, I'd like to see that again. He just looked a little bit tentative at the top of his swing. Just seems to stop.
All.
Yeah, I think he was trying to delay it a little bit, but obviously he didn't execute properly.
Yeah, the ball's too tight there for Nick Wall to do anything with.
5-4.
Just felt he needed to brush that off the wall a bit slower.
Down.
Well, it's handed the momentum back to Mostafa Asal here.
6-4.
Don't really feel he needed to go for that bow so early in the rally.
Yes, let. Right box. 6-4. Yes, let. Yes, let. 6-4. Didn't underline the ball.
Well, I've seen no lets given for that. I think Asal, it's one of those 50-50 decisions, and it's gone his way this time, Asal. Still not much between them though, really, and if you look at the scoreline, a really good performance from Nick Wall. He is truly in this match.
Well, he's not gone away, has he?
7-4.
Certainly hasn't. He's made things very, very tricky for Asal.
7-4.
Too good again.
Not really sure what that
8-4.
bit of amateur dramatics was. It's more like Strictly Come Dancing, actually. 7.
Bit of traffic going on, isn't there?
Well, he's
You
absolutely
can see him
fuming.
getting a bit niggly on there.
Yeah, he's fuming, Nick Wall.
9-4. Gentlemen, can you give more clearance, please? You're going to get some traffic issues. Play on, please. No let, the ball's too wide. Carry on, please.
Well, Nick Wall just needs to
9-4.
rein it in. He's absolutely furious there. Wasn't allowed access to the ball, but he's got to stop playing it down the middle of the court. He will get shut out. It's impressive fast play, fast hands from Asal, and it's given him Mostafa Asal, the number 1 seed, 6 championship points. Oh, he's hit him on the backswing quite clearly.
Stroke to wall. And out.
Well, there can't be too much
5-10.
complaint there, really.
Match ball.
Well, can
Play
Nick
on,
Wall
please.
find a way to keep winning these next few
Play on,
points
please.
to keep the match alive?
Well, it's a tall order, isn't it? 5-10 down, 5
Massively tall.
championship points now for Asal. These two getting a little bit frustrated with each other.
Yeah, a bit.
But it's Asal who's in pole position. It's a lovely shot from Nick Wall.
No let.
It's a shame that it's ended on a no let. Well, look at this. Here we go.
Match Asal. Asal won by 3 games to 1.
I'm not really sure what that was.
Well, it's back to the Strictly Come Dancing routine.
He's certainly making the most of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your runner-up, Nick Wall.
Looking for a place on the show. Well, it's fully deserved from Mostafa Asal, the number 1 seed. Shame these two got a bit niggly, but it was okay at the end. Probably a good job Nick Wall didn't see most of that dance. But it's Asal that comes through in this final. 11-4, 11-7, 4-11, 11-5 in 47 minutes. He is the British Under-19 Boys Junior Champion.